In this lesson, we're going to look at function notation. Our objectives: understand what function notation looks like. Second, understand function notation and graphs. Third, understand function notation and equations. Our vocabulary: function notation, way of writing inputs and outputs in the form y equals f of x, or f of x equals y. This is a way of showing our input x inside the parentheses and our output y in the same situation without having to make a table or an ordered pair. So in case it wasn't visible before, here's what function notation looks like. The y here, in both cases, is our output. And our x, which is inside the parentheses, is our input. What we're saying is we do a function to x. We do a function to our input and we get our output, or y. Function basically means we're going to do some math, then we're going to get an output from the math that we do. So do math to our input, get our output. That's what this is saying. So here's one of the ways that this can look. Sometimes we will use a graph. So this graph has been called y equals f of x, meaning here's our y value, also known as our output. Here's our x values, also known as our inputs. So this first problem, it says f of 2, meaning that this 2, since it's inside the parentheses, is an x value. Since it's an x value, we're going to go to 2 on the x value and go up and see what it is for a y. So our y value is 3 here. F of x equals 5. Well, f of x equals our y value. So this 5 is a y. So we're going to go to the y-axis, go to 5, go over, and then go down to our x to find out that x equals 4. In this second one, we have f of 8. Since the 8 is in the parentheses, inside the parentheses is our x value. So we're going to go to 8 on the x, go up, and then go over. And this one looks to have a y value of 2. Our last one, f of x equals 1. So in this one, we're going to go to 1. And if you notice, this hits in 2 spots. So the first spot it hits is at x equals 0, and the second spot it hits is at x equals 6. So this one has 2 x's that will give us that y value. The other option is an equation. So in this equation we have said f of x equals 8 minus 3x. This is exactly the same as if we said y equals 8 minus 3x, because f of x and y are the same thing. So what we have on the left is f of negative 2. Since it's inside the parentheses, this is an x value. So we're going to go f of negative 2 equals 8 minus 3. Well, we said that x is negative 2, so instead of x, I'm going to put in negative 2. And what we do is the math here. So we're going to take 3 times negative 2 and get negative 6. bring down my minus sign, and 8. 8 minus negative 6 is really just adding, so 8 plus 6 is 14. I'm going to bring down my f of negative 2 equals 14. What this is saying is my x value is negative 2 and my y value is 14. It's basically an ordered pair, x comma y. In this one, x is here, meaning our 5 is our y value. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 5 in for y, or we're going to put it in for all of f of x. So this is going to create the problem 5 equals 8 minus 3x. Well, if we take f of x out and we put 5 in its place, substitution, now we have just an x in this problem, so we're going to solve. We could use the box or the balance method. So I'm just going to use the balance method. So we have a positive 8 here. I'm going to minus 8 on both sides. I'm going to get negative 3 equals negative 3x. I'm going to divide by negative 3. And I'm going to get 1 equals x. So here we've said that y is 5 and x is 1. The ordered pair would be 1 comma 5. Alright, this has been function notation. If there's any part of this video that you didn't understand or you need to watch again, please pause, rewind, and rewatch, and bring your questions to class. Thank you.